welcome to Journey to Better. I know it's been a while, but right now I'm back, and today we're going to talk about signs that let you know that you have no boundaries in your life. And this video is in no way to shame anyone for having no boundaries, but it's just to help you just get to know yourself better um and know what it looks like when you have no boundaries. And in my previous video, I hope you guys are going to check it out. It was on friendships in your 20s, and basically what I learned. And I had slightly talked about creating boundaries, and this is important with your friends but also in general. So yeah, so let's get into it. But before we do that, I'd like for you guys to subscribe to my channel and make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you are identified anytime I drop a video. And I'd like for you guys to join me on this journey to bettering ourselves and just learning more about ourselves. And yeah, on that note, let's go ahead with the video. So the first sign, I believe that will, first of all, even before we go to the first sign, I'd like to tell you guys that boundaries are not walls to stop you from having friendships or getting along with people in your life, but they're they're like a gate. They're like gates whereby you open the things that you want and you close the gate for the things that you don't want. So that, in a short explanation, is what boundaries are. So they're not necessarily bad, so it's a good thing because they really help you to filter out like people who want to take advantage of you or whatnot. So yeah, the first sign is people pleasing, and I am guilty of this, totally guilty of this, especially in my early 20s. I was that friend or that person who's friends with everyone because you just want to be friends with everyone. And although my friends wouldn't agree that I'm a people pleaser, I was at a certain point, and this should not be confused with being kind, because people pleasing is when you go out of your way or you do things at the expense of yourself for others. So if you find yourself people pleasing, this can look like you're always saying yes to what people want. You have a hard time saying no. You do things for others so that you feel accepted, for you not to get rejected by them. You feel guilty whenever you say no, and so most of the time you're always doing things for others, and this can be a lot because you're stressed most of the time because you're preoccupied with other people's stuff, and that means the things for yourself that you need to do are in the back burner. You have no time for such things because you're there trying to do things for other people. And as you get stressed and drained by people who are over demanding, believe me not, you'll start being resentful towards your family members, if it's them or your friends, your colleagues, or just people around you. And also you might become a target of people who like to manipulate others, because it's like you're a doormat. Like you're going to agree to whatever they say. So if they say jump, you're like, how high? And some people don't care if they'll put you through like the worst, like they put you through bad things or they hurt you or your feelings. They don't care about that. As long as they benefit from the situation, trust you, they're going to take advantage of you. So that's the first sign. And just look in your life and see whether you have such tendencies. And yeah, we'll move on to the second point. And the second sign is taking or being over responsible. So this means that you always take responsibility for others people's things. So this can be because you don't know like exactly what your role is, or what is your job or what isn't your job. And with this, it can become a bit hectic because you'll find yourself you're always tired because you're picking up on people's workload. And because people know you're going to go above and beyond for them, they'll give you this workload and you'll just be doing them, and you're doing them, and you're doing them. But if you have boundaries, you're going to be like, you know what, I don't have time for this, or this is not what I'm supposed to be doing or within my capability. People will walk over you. So you'll find yourself like you're always doing things that you don't need to be doing, and this can lead you to be unproductive, which is my third sign or point. Because when you have no boundaries, you you're always overscheduled, you're running frantically, always doing things up and down, but these aren't the things that you're supposed to be doing. So the things you're supposed to be doing, or the most important priorities in your life, are in the back burner. You can't even do them because you have so little time doing things for other people, forgetting your own self. So you might find yourself you're unproductive, you're always what's it called, like you have no free time. You have no free time because your job is, as in your back is just your back is overburdened by people's responsibilities. So that's another sign. And the fourth one, it's being overly nice. And guys, if you're a caring person, you're a thoughtful person, you're empathetic, you can find yourself being overly nice to other people because you have no boundaries. You're always, you just go, you want to please people, you feel guilty saying no, like you have a really hard time saying no. And I think when you're overly nice, people just seem like you can do anything for them because you're nice. If someone come like, oh, can you bark for me like a dog, you're like, woof woof. You're like, yeah, sure. Someone asks you to do something and you're clearly busy, but you're like, you know what, oh, let me just go and do it. It's not like you have the time to do it, you don't. Because it's nice being a nice person, being kind to people, trying to help, yes. But if you're forgetting your responsibilities, you're feeling drained, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling guilty, I don't think it's worth it not having boundaries. And as I said, boundaries is just supposed to be a gate for you to help you take the good things in and keep the bad things out. So if with time you create these boundaries, you start to feel more confident in yourself. And also, I've remembered on the point of being people pleasing, sometimes you agree with people's opinions even when you don't agree with it. You're there, you're like, yeah, I agree with what you said, and you actually don't. So sometimes you might even um you can't even fight for your own rights or the people you love because you find it hard to speak up for yourself. So yeah, guys, these four signs are just a bit into how it looks like when you have no boundaries in your life. So I'd like to pose a question for you guys, and that is, if today you start saying no and have boundaries, would the world fall apart? So that's food for thought, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your comments in the comment section below. Hope you like the video, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye.